Hey guys, at the end of this unit, we decided to do a different type of summative. Instead of taking a Unit 1 test, as we've already kind of taken 2 of them throughout Unit 1, we're going to do a green dot challenge test. In other words, you're in control of your grade. So you are looking for green dots, and specifically, you're going to need 4 green dots. Now, there's other colors you could get. We've got green, pink, yellow, and stars. So let's talk about those green dots. Now, first of all, you need to understand how to get there. This is not going to be an assignment like a normal test. It's not going to be down here. All right, so you're not going to be looking down here. You're going to be looking in the standards because we're going to be looking for the green dots at the standards. So what do you do to get there? First of all right, this is our home page. And I'm going to go to practice. And I'm going to scroll all the way over here to 6th grade. I'm going to go down to math. That means it's going to take us to our math standards in 6th grade. So I'm going to click math. Now, as of right now, notice these are some of our standards. All right. Now, notice they're gray dots over here. Gray dots means we haven't done them yet because this is Unit 2 up here. We're going to have to scroll down to Unit 1. So, ratios and proportional relationships, they're all gray because we haven't done it. So, right now, let's scroll down to look below. So we scroll down and notice I'm now to number system. We've got gray and color dots. Then I've got expressions and equations, geometry and statistics and probability. Now notice they're all gray except right up here at the top, number system. Now, we're looking for 4 green dots. Well, right now we have 2 green, 1 yellow, and then we also have a gray. Let's look at why we have a gray. Now, we just literally finished our lessons on quotients of fractions. We just took a quiz over it. So when we go to do the green dot challenge, we're going to be looking at these 4 standards right here. Oop. All right, we're going to be looking at these 4 standards. Standards 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quotients of fractions, that means remember the division of fractions. Dividing multi-digit numbers. Multi-digit decimals, add, subtract, multiply, divide. LCM and GCF. Now, notice over here, gray means we haven't done it yet. You haven't done it yet. So you guys are going to need to work on that gray one, quotients of fractions. This student has 2 green dots and a yellow dot. Well, let's first find out what those color dots mean. If it's a green dot, it is worth 25 points because 25 times 1, 2, 3, 4 gives me 100. 25 times 4 gives me 100. So if you have 4 green dots, you'll get 100. If you have a yellow dot, it's not worth 25 points. It's worth 20 points. So in other words, if I had 4 yellow dots, 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, that'd be an 80. All right? So if you had all yellow dots, the highest you can get is an 80. If I had pink dots, those are each worth 15 points. All right? That means you're kind of struggling with that standard. We need to work on that. And if I had pink, 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 15 times 4 is 60. The highest grade you can get with all just pink dots is a 60. Now there's a special one. All right, well, gray, before we get to the special one, the gray one means 0 points because you haven't even done anything. And then there's a star. A star means, hey, not only have you've done really well in the standard, but you've maintained it. So if they ask you another question, you can redo it again. A star is extra credit. So if you had a star on each of these sections, it would be 104 total because 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 is 100. And then if you had stars, that'd be 101, 102, 103, and 104. All right, so let's look at what this person's grade would be. If I were to grade this right now, clean it all off, all right, they have a 25 points on this one, a 25, and a 20, and a 0. So let's see what this person's grade would be. 25 plus 25 is 50, plus 20 gives me a 70 because that's a 0. So as of right now, this person has a 70%. So we need to focus on that little dot right there. Let's look at another person's score, what they would have gotten. Let's look at this person's score. They have a gray dot because they haven't started it yet, because remember we just learned it. So we have a 0 plus 25 plus 20 plus 20. This person would have a 5, 2, 4. As of right now, they have a 65 because they need to work on this dot up here. Let's look at another person's. Now this person has, notice they've already started on the quotients of fractions. So they have 25 plus 25 plus 25, plus they have a 20 right here. So let's add it up. 5, 10, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this person has a 95%. Good job. Let's look at another one. Up. All right, let's try another one real quick. Instead of doing another one, let's look at how we can get these dots up higher. So if I click on one of the standards, click, it should open it up. Well, there we go. All right, how do you get it? I would not do the puzzles and the performance. You can do the performance pass, but you're going to need to do a couple of them, okay? Puzzles, it's going to take forever. I wouldn't do that. I would stick to these 4, okay? Now, I would do questions. They'll give you 10 questions. So if I click on it, I would stick to random and beginner. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do AC. And it's going to ask you to select a teacher. You'll pick Cassidy, quarter 2, and whatever period you're in, okay? So those questions will help you get to a green, yellow, or a pink dot. Vocabulary will help, the videos will help, and maybe the performance tasks will help. So once you've done that, you might get a pink or a yellow the first time. Then you got to do it again to get a green. You may do them as many times as you want to get the highest grade you want. If you want, notice that that's green, right? But this is yellow. I could click on number 4 and I can do questions again. All right. Yeah, you've gotten 100, you have got 100%, but you still have a yellow. That means we need to do more. You could do videos, performance tasks. You could try the questions again and it'll get you higher to a green dot. Now, if you want to get a star, you can click on this guy. All right. And you could do some more questions. And after a while, it'll say, hey, you know what you're doing, and it'll give you a star, which is extra credit. All right, guys? So what you're going to do is throughout this week, all right, by about Sunday, I think Miss Mikas and I will be putting some scores in on Sunday. All right? I want to see how many green dots or yellow dots you can get. I'd like to get past the pink dots because those are only worth 15 points. But green dots are 25 and yellow dots are 20 with the stars as extra credit. So this is going in as a summative grade, guys. You're in charge of this grade. The more you do correctly instead of just clicking on answers, you actually work on it, the better your score will be. Okay? All right, we'll see you in class.